Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the fifth and final episode of Serial's 11 Lightning Zoom. My name is Andrew Hungerford. I'll be the host for you tonight. I am producing artist director at No Theater of Cincinnati. Thank you all for joining us for the Lightning Zoom. At this time, I would normally, if we were in person, ask you, the audience, if anyone is here at Serials for the first time, and then a smattering of you would raise your hands, at which point I would chastise you for this being your first time at Serials when it is episode 5 of the Lightning Zoom. But we'll just pretend that happened. And now at this time, I will explain to you how this works for anyone who's new or anyone who got too Baja blasted in previous episodes to remember how it works. So first of all, feel free to use the chat, whether it's like on that side of your screen or that side of your screen or like down there, wherever it may be. The chat is like you're hanging out with us in our underground bar. That's also where you'll recognize I've made clever references to the chat, like Baja Blasted. Watch for more as the night goes on. I can't promise any, but, you know, here we go. So tonight, you will see 5 plays in 15-minute episodes. If this is your first time, don't worry. Each play will start with a little previously on of some sort to get you caught up. Between each play, we'll take a little 5-minute intermission to allow for artist wrangling and to allow you to chat in the aforementioned chat room. And also to get up, get yourselves a beverage, some snacks, use the restroom, whatever you need to do. You take care of you. And then, after the third show of the evening, we will take an intermission, a full 10-minute intermission to let you stretch the old legs, run around your room in tight circles, again, whatever you need. Then we'll come back for 2 more episodes. At the end of the night, you, the audience, will vote. But this is the last episode. You may be asking yourself, what are we voting on? Well, you will be voting for your 3 favorite shows through the course of the Lightning Zoom that have had 2 or more episodes. And you will vote in order of awesomeness, where 1 is the most awesome, 2 is the second most awesome, and 3 is the third most awesome. And then all of that data will go into the spreadsheet of reckoning, where we will determine one victor that will get a new production as part of our Radio No audio play series. It's very exciting. The power is in your hands or your keyboards or your elbows, if that's what you type with. I don't know you. Yes, that's very important. Also very important to note is no voting shenanigans. If we detect multiple votes, any sort of ballot stuffing, that kind of thing, we will burn those votes in some kind of digital fire. So keep that in mind. Baja Blast Buns. Oh, also, for those of you following along at home, I have relocated my laptop from down here to more right here, so that if I ever forget to unmute my microphone, I'll be able to more clearly see Doug shouting at me in the chat to unmute. So hopefully, look at that. Only took 5 episodes. Learning. It's great. I'll also be popping up between episodes just to fill you on some upcoming events, check in with you, that kind of thing. But hopefully I will not overstay my welcome. Speaking of that, it's time for our first episode of the evening. Here we go. It's the final episode of Fight or Flight, written and directed by Brandon Leatherland.
Welcome to the finale of Fight or Flight. Let's recap, shall we? Asta is competing in an otherworldly Asgardian poetry contest. She's struggling with the possible death of her mom. And now she faces off against me in the final match. I'm Greg from Ohio. Or, as Asta just learned, call me Loki.
Loki? But you can't be.
But I very much am.
Why are you here?
To claim what is rightfully mine. I deserve to be the true ruler of Asgard, and after I win this competition, I will be.
It's a flighting contest? How will winning get you Asgard?
Did someone forget the contracts from the beginning?
The prize.
Bingo! Winner gets whatever they dream. And I dream big.
Well, what's to stop me from telling Odin who you really are?
Go ahead and try.
Odin, you have to stop this contest. That's not Greg. He's Greg.
Yes, that is indeed Greg.
No, it's Greg. Greg. God, why can't I say Greg?
Uh-oh, Asta.
Greg.
Hope you're not getting a case of the nervous Nellies, especially before the final round.
Yes, Asta, stay focused. This is your chance to make history.
No, you have to listen to me.
Now, reintroducing our final judge, Maya Angelou.
It's so good to see you both again. My joy for you grows like a seed, sprouting moment by moment.
Not now, Maya Angelou.
Well, I had a whole speech planned.
Clearly, Asta is ready.
Agreed. Your challenge is to inspire us. Give us the belief of your life experience.
Asta, you're up first. And now, let the final battle begin!
No, you have to listen.
Allow me, Asta.
Where did they go?
Oh, that was the opposite of what you wanted. Darn it. Well, shall we battle?
No.
Why? Are you scared? Mentally ill-prepared? Because I've challenged you in a way no one has dared?
I am not flighting against you.
I see. Well, I think I have someone who could change your mind.
Mom?
My beautiful daughter.
Mom, you're alive.
Oh, sweetheart. No, I'm not.
What?
I'm dead. And you did this to me.
I didn't.
You did. Scampered away like a shaken mouse, left me ill in that dusty old house, disappeared, barely saying a word as my cough grew worse, which I know you heard.
No, you said you were fine, that you were okay.
And that's all you needed to be on your way.
No, but we spoke again when I was in Asgard above you.
And what did you say to your mother? Did you tell her, I love you?
Yes.
Did you?
I mean, I could have swore.
I recall asking you to stay 1 minute more, but you didn't. You clearly had somewhere better to go.
I was going to talk to you right after, though.
Oh, I remember. You promised, which now just seems like a joke because that's just another promise that you broke. You promised to read me your poems, but you went to a bar. You promised to talk to me after your little poetic spar. Was it more important to win over a stranger-filled crowd? Though the worst promise you broke was when you said that you would make me proud. Your inexorable endeavor to be a poet refined that you didn't blink twice to leave your mother behind. So caught up to find what your worth is that I, who bore you, resigned to worthless. How could I have pride in you?
I thought I needed my dreams to be tried and true.
Well, I needed medicine, not whatever fantasy your head is in. And although I feel more crushed than boats on a rocky shore, at least I can rest knowing that I don't have to see you anymore.
I think that'll do, Freya. Thank you for your honesty. I'm sorry, Asta. I really am. That must have been hard to hear.
That couldn't have been real.
You can find out.
Asta, dear, Odin said you're up first. You can start now.
Yes, Asta, please wow us with your words.
Is my mom dead?
What?
I know you know. Is my mom dead? Oh.
Not to be a pile on Polly here, but does this mean I win?
Asta, do you want to forfeit?
So that really was her.
Shame. Like she said, she really needed that medicine.
Medicine? Medicine? She would never take medicine. Bring my mom back out, Greg.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My mom doesn't believe in doctors. So let's talk to her now. Or are you trying to block her? She would never accept medicine. So I think you're a liar. She believes she'd only get better by offering her hair to a fire. So now I'll bestow my belief of what she would want me to do. I will always fight right and always fight true. She's my biggest supporter of who I am, even lyrically, cheerily, added up my life for the better, like empirically. Daring me, made my world more rounded than the earth is spherically. So sneer at me, but you won't break me down so wearily. I am sick of your tricks. They're sucking like ticks. Your words cannot hurt me, nor your stones or your sticks. I fight with my might, with fire till it has charred, and fight for what's right, so you will not kill Asgard. You may be thinking, how does this pariah stand at you? Because I don't need the approval of Odin or Maya Angelou. So go ahead, Greg. Summon a second spirit. Set up a stun. My mother motivates me. I hear it. So I've already won.
You were supposed to be broken. Why aren't you broken?
Greg, it's your turn.
Oh, shove it, you oblivious oaf.
Greg, what has gotten into you?
It's not Greg. It's Loki. Oh, I know. Big surprise. Ah!
But why would Loki want to compete in this competition?
Because if he won, he would have chosen for his prize to be Asgard itself. Yeah.
How dare you, Loki? Did you think you could have gotten away with this treason? Oh, your punishment is going to have the intensity of 1,000 suns.
Well done, Asta. Congratulations. I might have lost my chance at this kingdom, but at least I'll get another. Shame. We can't say the same about your mother.
Be gone! Asta, well done and congratulations. Your masterful poetry skills have earned you the coveted title of Champion Flighter.
And she saved your kingdom from the god of mischief.
Well, yeah, that too. Now, let us celebrate. I have turned Valhalla's banquet hall into your ceremony room.
If it's okay, I would actually like to go home.
Are you sure? Because we got this exotic balloon animal maker, and he's totally great at making snakes.
I'm sure.
Don't you want your prize? To be revered as one of the greatest poets in history?
I don't really want that anymore.
I see. I respect your wishes. And Asta, truly, thank you for competing in this competition. Miss Angelou and I do hope we cross paths with you again.
Thank you, Odin.
Now, be gone.
Home sweet home.
Who's there? I may be old, but I am ready to tussle.
Mom?
Asta? Oh, Asta, you scared me. I was sleeping, like really deeply sleeping, like best sleep of my life. And then you come in making all this noise, and I thought you were a bandit or something. Me and Betty here were about to send you to Valhalla. Asta, sweetie, are you okay?
Yeah, Mom, I'm fine. I really am. Thank you, Odin.
Well, good, because I don't want my little Viking to be sad. Oh, and speaking of Valhalla, how was Asgard? Did you have fun? Was everyone nice? Did you make a connection with Odin? Because if not, I think I still have a shot. Odin and Freya has a nice ring to it. What do I? Freya and Odin, that's so much better. Anyway, I have a million questions.
And I will answer everyone, I promise. But first, I promised you something a while ago, so just wait right there.
Is it grandchildren?
No. I promised to read you some of my poems.
Well, this day is just getting better and better.
Okay. Stones wash away in the mouth of a river. The shine may fade from gold and silver. Time sweeps forth from dusk to dawn, and through this all, your words carry on. Flowers lose lush and leaves as they wilt. Buildings fall decades after they're built. And even when does depart from their fawns, still we know your words carry on. Life comes and goes and blows like the wind into the sands where we all blend. And when it's time to sing your song of swan, I'll be sure your words carry on.
Hello, everyone. Once again, I've been joined by the dog. Say hello to Tiny Dog, everyone. She got lonely a little earlier tonight, so this is the world I live in. Yes. At this time, I would like to thank our sponsors, our season sponsors who make everything we do possible, are the Ohio Arts Council, the Greater Cincinnati Foundation, the Caroline and Ralphie Hill Jr. Foundation. Now that I don't have to say U.S. Bank, it gets very, very confusing for me. And of David C. Herman and the thousands of individuals and organizations who give annually to the Archway Community Campaign. Hooray! I would let her host serials. She's, yeah. Okay, we'll think about this. I think she's got a little more training to go, Alex, before we do. Man in panelists, put her in a cute cardigan. Regrettably, she does not like wearing clothes. She rejects them. We do have a tiny Snuggie for her. She is not into it. She also used to live in Canada for a while for reasons, and tried to put booties on her for when she would go out in the snow. She would reject those and be like, "What is this bullshit? You expect me to walk at these? No, I refuse." So, yep. Anyway, there we go. It is a Bare Naked Ladies song. Yes. All right. Anyway, I'll have more useful information for you during the next break. But for now, it's time for our second show of the night. It's time for It Pours, written by Mary Berenger, directed by Katrina Reynolds. Enjoy.
Good morning, Glendale. The time is 8:02 a.m. The date is Monday, June 14th, 2032, and this is Channel 7 News. It has been 236 days since the incident. First up, the news. I just put in my daily attempt to contact the state and federal governments, as I have every day since the incident. So far, there has been no response. I will attempt contact again tomorrow. Next up, food news. I have this granola bar for breakfast. Pretty good. This one has cashews in it. Cashews are much better than peanuts, if you ask me, mostly because they're bigger. Some people may say that they taste exactly the same, and they'd be right. But cashews are still better. It's Animal Monday. So today we will have an update on the wildlife around the station. The cockroaches in the stairwell are doing pretty good, I think. I've been bonding with them a little. They're not so bad. They don't bother me. I don't bother them. In celebrity gossip, one time I pissed my pants at my cousin's birthday party, and that was very embarrassing. Not as embarrassing as calling myself a celebrity, but it's close. And now, the weather. It is 121 degrees outside. I can still see forest fires outside the building, though I have no concrete estimates as to how far they've spread or if there's any chance of them letting up soon. The anticyclone hangs over the city
for yet another day, bringing smog and general unpleasantness. Communications are still down, and it's unlikely that this signal is reaching anyone. If it is reaching you, I have no way of knowing, but I can only hope that you are doing well and that you are not alone. All we can do is wait. Wait until the storm lifts. I'm broadcasting this online and on the air as far as it will go. I don't know who still has the power to hear this, but I'm hoping there's somebody. Sports! For sports, I'll toss it to Jordan. Thanks, Jordan. Today in sports, we have another episode of Paper Airplane Races. I have two different models for us today. First is the one my brother taught me to make when I was 6. And then we have the one my roommate, Frito, made in college. Frito flunked out after one semester, which you might take as an endorsement for his paper plane skills. Which will travel further? Place your bets now. Frito wins. My brother will. He would have thought that was funny. I wonder where he is, you know? He's doing all right. He would always give me advice about stuff, school, work, girls. Though he wasn't much better with girls than I was. We were gonna meet up this summer, spend some time together. Now I don't even know. Sorry. Yeah, what is the next segment?
Hello? Hello, can anyone hear me out there?
What?
Hello? Hello, can anyone hear me at all?
I hear you! I hear you!
Hello?
Wait,
Hello?
hold on, I hear you. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Hello! Hi!
Hi.
Hello!
Hi.
Hi. Sorry, I haven't spoken to anyone in a long time.
Well, that's okay. I'm Mia. Who are you?
Jordan Parker, Channel 7 News.
Channel 7 News, where?
California, Glendale.
Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Oh, you guys, we made it to California.
Wait, you have more people there with you?
Yeah, there are 3 of us actually. We're in a park ranger station in Nevada.
That's amazing. Sorry, part of me thought I was the last person on Earth. You know, not seriously, but just a little.
Is this your first contact you've had with anyone?
No, I picked up some Morse code once.
Oh, really? What did it say?
I don't know. I don't speak Morse code.
Well, Why isn't there anybody in the news station with you?
Well, when everything went bad, we took it in ships to come to the station to broadcast, to minimize travel, all that. One day I came in and everybody had left from the last shift and no one came in for the next one. It was just me.
Why didn't you go home?
And no one was there. It's not necessary. Besides, someone needed to come and read the news. There's lots of supplies here, enough to keep a crew going for a while, and it's just me. So I'll be all right.
You do the news every day?
Well, yeah.
What news?
Well, there isn't a lot, but I try to keep myself entertained. I talk about what I ate, which is generally a granola bar. I reach out to the government and rescue organizations, and I talk about the weather.
Jordan, I don't think anybody is going to answer you.
Well, you never know. I mean, you reached me. There are still people out there.
Right, I know.
Well, this is amazing, actually. There are people out there like us, still surviving.
Well, of course there are people out there, Jordan, but nobody is answering anyone. Nobody's rescuing anyone. We haven't heard from the government in months.
How do you know?
How do I know what?
How do you know that they've given up?
Because if anyone was going to help us, they would have helped us by now.
So why did you reach me? Why did you reach out?
Well, we were just trying to figure out how far our modified signal would go.
But don't you feel better knowing that you reached someone?
We have reached people before, Jordan.
Oh, well, how many?
About half a dozen.
That's great. See, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's nice, I guess. You know what? I have to go. Something is happening, and I'm sorry.
Hold on. Will I hear from you again?
Yeah, sure.
Well, wasn't that exciting? Our first guest in months. All the way from Nevada. Who would have thought? Not me. Viewer, do you ever spend a long time waiting for something and it's not quite exactly how you expected it to be, and you don't want to be ungrateful because you've been waiting for so long, but you also don't want, I don't know. How can you give up? Well, if Mia could reach me, then you could really be out there too. A real person. On the other end of this. Listening. Watching. Okay. Celebrity gossip. One time when I was in middle school, it was a rough time. I was going through a lot. And we read this article in class one day about the happiest countries in the world. Just statistically, who is the most satisfied with their life and job and all that? And at the top of the list was Sweden. So I went to the library, grabbed a book about Sweden, and learned whatever I could about the country. I picked up some random words, just anything I can learn. I was depressed, and I was a mess, but I didn't give up. I decided that if I couldn't be happy here, I was going to move to Sweden. And maybe that might be a sad story to you, but to me, it's not. To me, it says, I don't give up. Yes, I never went to Sweden. I don't know any Swedish. I barely know English. I'm a weather reporter in Glendale at the end of the world. But I'm not giving up. And neither should you.
Hello, everyone. I'm back, but alas, the dog has abandoned me. Probably to go chase rabbits and then get her dinner. So, at this time, without the dog, I would like to thank our whole staff here at No Theater who make everything we do possible. Of course, our Associate Artistic Director, Tamara Winters, our Marketing and Communications Manager, Liz Carmen, our Technical Director, Henry Bateman, our Resident Stage Manager, Megan Winter, and our Design and Production Associate, Kayla Williams, and, of course, the two staff members who make all of Serials possible, our Artist and Community Relations Manager, Zach Robinson, and our resident sound and video designer and administrator of all things technological, Douglas Borntrigger. Oh, well, I mistimed this again, so guess it's time to talk about the dog some more. Good. Getting heckled in the chat. Yep, stray human. Yep, it's true. The dog decided, really, like, she's gonna get for dinner, but I think mostly she decided that I was being boring and the more interesting people were elsewhere. What is the dog's favorite BNL song? That's a good question from the panelists. It's hard to say because she's actually into some of the later BNL albums. So like Northern Lights she likes. So there's that. Yeah, deep cut indeed. But of course, Gordon is probably her favorite BNL album because let's be real. All right, everyone, it is time for Starbucks and Target, written and directed by Kelly Morton.
Hey, welcome back from our bio break. I totally forgot to ask. I'm drinking my usual bog water tonight. What are the rest of you all drinking?
I have spiced wine.
Ale.
I am also drinking ale, but this comes from the Baja Bastion Monastery, where the clerics have been brewing this for centuries. This particular brew has been aging in a crystal cask for over 200 years. And if I put my nose to it, yes, I get a dewy arrangement of mountain horseapple and moat leech.
Oh, yeah? Well, my cousin Gleebnot stole this from a band of salamander.
Salamander. So I went to Target Con this year and I picked up a pack of roast beans. So I'm drinking coffee.
Ew!
It's disgusting, but fun.
That must have cost you a fortune.
Yeah, it was like 12 gold pieces for the beans and another 5 for the cup, plus 24. This!
Shut your mouth. Oh my God.
Is that made from real plastic?
Yes, it's going to last literally forever.
That's it. We're going to Target Con this year.
Deal.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay, well, now that we're rested and refreshed, here's a quick recap of what has happened during our bio break. You 4 adventurers, Zaqualia playing Liz, Husavik playing Kahad, Gwajnat playing Josh, and Vagentils playing
Karen.
Whatever, have ventured into this Starbucks/Target to find your lost grandma, who has been missing since dawn. Since she left a cryptic note behind, gone for soup and slippers, maybe a tea. Grandmas are mystical and valuable beings. Here's a picture of yours.
Oh God, disgusting.
Aww.
Nasty.
If your grandma is left on her own for too long, someone else may come along, snatch her up, and claim her as their own grandma. Now, Karan has a basket of plastic things.
Which I will pay for eventually.
Sure. Liz and Kahad were trying to decipher the red arrows that were stuck to the shiny white floor when Josh knocked over all the clothing racks in Target, and he caused a huge group of zone leaders to attack. A fierce battle ensued, only concluding with Karan's biggest and most formidable weapon.
I want to speak to the manager!
Now, as you all know, this automatically wins you the battle, but not the war. You're free to venture on in your quest for Grandma, but it also means that the manager knows that you are here. They're going to be hunting you as you continue on. So, what do you do next?
Liz continues to inspect those arrows on the floor.
They're bright red. They say, this way for savings.
Savings? Like saving Grandma?
I still think that we should look inside the Starbucks. Grandma said she's going to get a tea, and that's where they sell that stuff.
She said maybe a tea. She definitely said she wanted soup and slippers, so I think we should check those sections first.
You know, we could all get a potion. A latte at Starbucks and recover some health. Joe's especially took a beating in that last battle. I've been keeping score.
Yeah, Jose wants a latte.
Oh, okay, fine. Then we go save Grandma. So, where is this Starbucks anyway?
Everyone give me a perception check.
16.
2.
9.
Okay, with a 16, the smell of brewing coffee wafts through the air. Josh, you can smell it best, so you lead the way. At first, you follow the path, but then you cut through a pair of shelves lined with towels, and finally, you find yourself in front of the Starbucks, and it looks like this.
Ooh.
So much tea.
You walk up to the proprietor, and they say, "Hello, my name is Barista. How can I help you?" What do you do?
I'll have a latte, please.
Latte.
Make mine a double.
I want a triple brown sugar mocha frappuccino filled with whipped cream and all the little sprinkly sprinkles.
Whoa.
So just to be clear, Vagentals, that's the most expensive latte that you can buy, and it provides the least amount of health.
Karen wants her frappuccino.
Very well. So you all receive your drinks and regain full health, except Karan, who is only up at half, and you are now ready to move on.
Oh, hold on a sec. Barista, can you tell us if you've seen a grandma around here?
Ooh, Barista folds their arms and says, "Niet, I can't say I have."
Oh, they're lying.
Barista, would you have told us if you had seen a grandma here?
Ooh, Barista glares at you. You know, grandmas are very important. You should take better care of yours.
She's here. She's here. They have our grandma.
Josh takes a flying leap and over the counter and yells, "We're coming for you, Grandma!"
Give me an athletics check, Guaj.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, man. 3.
Okay, you attempt to jump up on the counter, but you misjudge the angles and you fall over and you knock Karan down in the process.
Fizzle dicks!
Sorry.
Liz comes up behind Barista, bear hugs them, and pins their arms to their side.
Hey, it works. You've successfully immobilized Barista.
Kahad rushes into the back room to look for Grandma.
In the back room, you see an empty chair. And you see boxes full of sugary syrup and stuff like that. And then all of these racks of green aprons. Grandma is not here.
What?
Huh?
I knew it.
This was such a waste of time.
Is there anything else at all?
Give me a perception check followed by Arcana.
13 and 19.
Nice. Yeah, you see a cluster of transparent yellow plastic wrappers in the corner. Kahad, you recognize these as the remnants of butterscotch hard candies, the source of every grandma's power. A trail of wrappers leads away from the Starbucks. Grandma was here, but she isn't anymore.
Follow those wrappers.
I'm coming to save you, Grandma!
As you take off down the butterscotch trail, Barista takes the walkie-talkie and whispers into it, "They're coming." The wrappers lead you on a looping journey, twisting and turning as you go deeper and deeper into the bowels of the target until a clearing opens up ahead of you. Standing in the middle of the soup aisle, holding slippers in one hand and a cup of tea in the other, is your grandma. She looks at you and says, "Who are you?"
What?
Oh no. We're too late.
Grandma, it's me, Josh.
And a figure in red steps out from behind a display of plastic cookies. He looks like this.
Ah.
Oh, it was the manager.
You
That's
certainly
him.
took your time getting here.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, that was not my fault, okay?
What did you do to our grandma?
Why? I helped her. You left her wandering around. You should have taken better care of her. I helped her find her slippers. I helped her find her tea. And now all I have to do is help her find her soup, and your grandma will be mine. And Grandma moves over to the manager, and she pats him on his head, and she says, "Oh, you're such a good boy."
Oh, you weeping sack of brown trout.
Oh, that's my grandma. Josh takes a flying leap at the manager's eyes.
Okay, roll athletics, Squash.
Oh. 2.
Go!
Stop with the flying leap, Squash.
Yeah, they work in real life.
Oh, sorry, Gouache. This ain't real life. This is Starbucks and Target. Your leap misses wildly, and you flail into a shelf of canned soups, and they roll all over the floor, getting everywhere.
Oh.
Kahad will pick up one of the fallen cans and use it to lead Grandma away from the fight. Here, Grandma, 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 I've got chicken noodle.
Oh, chicken noodle, that's my favorite. Aren't you a sweet little girl? And she follows you, toddling away from the action, and then she hugs you. Well done.
Oh.
And that means that I can go and roundhouse kick that manager in his fat, ugly face.
Yes. Yeah, excellent. 6 points of damage.
Oh, Karen casts judgmental glare.
Ooh, 8 more points of damage. The manager is bruised, but not yet beaten. He calls into his walkie-talkie, "Clean up on aisle 3!" And the floor begins to shake as a swell of red-shirted zone leaders is racing towards you.
Oh, God.
Josh takes a flying leap.
No,
at the manager.
Okay. This is just not your night, Gouache. Joe slips on a can of soup and he face plants.
Damn it!
Oh,
All right. So Liz picks up one of those those cans of soup and throws it at the nearest zone leader.
Oh, it's a miss, and the zone leaders all respond as one, yelling, "You can save 10% by signing up for a new Target card today."
Yeah, my credit score.
Kahad will take out her phone to record everything.
Oh, okay. You've effectively made everybody self-conscious, but by just standing there, you've left yourself vulnerable to attack. You'll take double damage.
Oh, pickles.
The zone leaders swarm around you, berating you, feeding on your despair as your self-esteem dwindles. Karan, it's your turn.
The name is Karen, and I haven't paid for any of this crap in my basket, and I never will.
Karan, that's shoplifting.
You'll get arrested.
No. Save yourselves. Save Grandma. I'm going to take this basket of shit, and I'm going to run towards the door, and out I go.
Oh,
no.
Okay. All of the zone leaders chase after you. The alarm goes off as you leave the building. Mall security comes in on their segways. A low-speed chase ensues. They catch you. They confiscate your basket of plastic stuff, and then you spend the rest of your life in mall jail.
Oh, no. Remember me!
DQ, the manager is the only one left.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go and punch him in the kidneys. Yeah.
Oh, critical hit. He's bleeding internally. You want to finish him off, Husa?
Kahad will use her phone to post a negative review about this Target.
Ooh. Oh, and the manager is dead. As you watch his body drain of fluids, Grandma steps forward and she begins to cry. What have you done to my grandson?
We didn't save her.
Josh takes a flying leap.
No!
Hugs Grandma.
Oh, okay. Give me a charisma check, Wash.
Nat 20.
Oh!
Yes!
As you wrap your arms around Grandma, she's stiff at first, but then she just kind of melts into the hug, and she says, "Oh, This is Josh. This is my grandson. Oh, these are all my favorite grandchildren. Oh.
Oh, we did it! We saved Grandma!
She melted!
That was some really brilliant play.
Oh.
Having Karen shoplift as a distraction.
I was only going, You remembered to say my name correctly, just as the game was ending.
Well, sure. Well, since Karen is in mall jail, you do have to roll up a new character for next week.
Oh, I've already got one. She's a prize-fighting warrior, and I named her Stacy Abrams.
And I suppose you want us to learn how to pronounce that nonsense name too?
No, it's easy.
It's like Abraham?
No, I just said it.
Do you hate us or do you just enjoy being difficult?
Yes.
We get to play again?
Yes. And in the next chapter, we learn about Grandpa. And we also learn about the mystical magic of prune juice.
Oh, yeah.
Heard about that.
SNT.
Same time next week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, great. Good night and good gaming all.
Good night.
Right.
So, just a little more about the two things that you perhaps learned about during this intermission through the beauty of motion graphics. First of all, as Zach pointed out in the chat, that's right, our Radio No program has been going on all season long. You can find there brand new audio plays to put directly into your ears. They're at notheater.com/radio no. Each download is just $5. All proceeds are split between No Theater and the artists involved. And based on your voting, one of the shows from this Lightning Zoom will become a Radio No production, and we're excited to find out which one that will be. In other audio news, you saw a little teaser for our upcoming Devise project, Crypsis, which is an immersive audio walk that will take you through a Cincinnati location on an audio environment that tells a story where you get to choose which path you take. It's a mashup of various stories of returning from the underworld and maybe cicadas. So, we'll be releasing that at the end of next month. We're really excited for it, and you'll be able to find out more at our website, notheater.com. But now it's time for our penultimate episode of the night. It's Dissonance, written and directed by James Allen. Enjoy!
Well, you've made it this far, and it may surprise you to hear that despite the tension you've had, you're actually handling it fairly well, all things considered. Now, as you know, throughout this process, you've experienced periods of denial, uncertainty, anger, bargaining, guilt, and depression. All of this is completely normal considering what you're going through, so you should make an effort not to beat yourself up for these negative feelings. They're a natural part of the process. The final stage is acceptance. Both of you are finally coming to terms with the reality of the situation. Now, although you're going to be living apart from one another, it's important to keep in mind that no one expects you to navigate all of this alone. You can and you should be reaching out to friends and family while you come to terms with this new reality, even if you feel like you don't need the help. Because whether or not you realize it, you are going through a period of trauma, and it will take time and effort to recover. But if you are able to come to terms with your current feelings, and if you trust in the healing process, I think you'll be all right.
Hey,
Hey,
thanks for doing this.
yeah, no problem.
I have a lesson in like 20 minutes and I need to warm up. So
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
okay.
stay on long.
Yeah,
Okay. That went well, right?
yeah,
The meeting. I mean, the meeting went well.
yeah.
I mean, it's weird. It's a weird, to say the divorce meeting went well.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's
But
weird.
we're doing it.
We are doing it. Hey, how are the kids?
Oh, kids are fine. They're handling it, better than I thought.
Mhm.
I mean, they're two.
Yeah, they probably don't even
They're learning how to talk in
incomplete sentences.
complete sentences. And pooping, learning how to poop.
Learning how to poop. And how's all the stuff in the basement?
Oh, there's a lot more.
Yeah, I bet.
A lot of shit to unpack. A lot more than I realized at first. I don't know. I just try to unpack a little every day and then put it, and then try not to think about it. How's work?
Oh, it's numbers, more and more numbers.
Numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too many numbers. It's driving me a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It feels, so stupid to be, sorry, but like to be doing all that in the middle of all this, but I don't know. I'm just feeling a little useless right now. But it's going well, according to, I'm doing a good job, is what I'm saying. I think.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
I try not to think about it more than I have to. And the cello. How is the cello?
Oh, it's solid. The cello is solid. I mean, it's steady, you know, like even on bad days, it's reliable.
Reliable. Yeah.
Yeah, I like having a schedule at least, you know, just to have something to look forward to every day. I think it's helping me.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume it's helping me. It's hard to tell if.
Yeah. I get it.
The thing is, I don't really feel.
You don't really feel?
No, I mean, I don't really feel. Okay, so the therapist said that we're going through trauma.
Yeah.
I don't feel traumatized.
Well, good.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I suppose. Do you feel?
No, not really. I mean, I don't think I do.
The two of us get along, right?
Yeah, we get along.
We're not like one of those, like, I don't know, compared to other couples or divorced couples. I don't feel, I'm sorry. It's something that I've been thinking about, and like, obviously it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
But I wish I felt more. I wish I felt what I'm supposed to feel, I guess.
Like what everyone expects us to feel.
Yeah, that, you know, anger and guilt and rage and whatever. I want to throw something. I mean, no, I don't. I want to throw something. I don't know. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm bored. I'm just bored.
I'm bored. Yeah.
It's boring.
It's boring. I'm so bored. And other than that, I just don't feel anything.
Maybe we used it up already.
Used what? Sorry.
Used up, like, we did a lot of crying and yelling and fighting.
Crying and yelling and fighting. Yeah, no, I remember that.
And maybe we had to go through that to get to whatever this is.
It didn't really resolve though, did it? Just kind of.
Yeah, we yelled at each other and then we got tired, I guess.
We got tired and bored. And now everything just kind of sucks. There's no structure. There's no natural. And Zoom. I hate Zoom.
Oh my God, I hate Zoom.
Zoom sucks.
Zoom sucks.
I mean, look, I love you. I mean, no, sorry, that's not what. I love talking to you.
No, I know. But like Zoom, with all the delays and the fact that two people
can't talk
at the same time. I'm sorry.
You can't talk over each other.
You can't talk over each other. Yeah, exactly. And the distance, if it weren't for the distance, maybe this whole thing would we'd get some kind of ending, resolution, or structure.
Catharsis?
Yeah, catharsis. Maybe if we were like a normal unhappy couple. I mean, yeah, but like in person, we'd be different. I don't know.
Maybe. But then I guess if it weren't for the distance between us, we might not have.
We might not have
chosen to go through with. I'm sorry, I shouldn't go there.
Oh, it's okay. We decided.
Sorry. Maybe this is trauma. Like maybe this is this awkwardness, being bored, trying to make jokes. trying to think of things that we haven't already said.
Mm-hmm.
Listing things, like how's work? How are the kids?
How's the stuff in the basement? How's the cello?
The numbers.
The pooping.
Yes, the pooping. I don't know. I thought trauma would be more exciting. Is that an offensive thing to say?
Why would that be offensive?
I don't know, to people who are like actually traumatized or whatever.
Right.
Like beaten up or mugged or.
We're alone now.
Right.
No one else is. I don't know. I've never been mugged.
Well, I've never been mugged either. Do we know anyone who's been? Maybe we should find out.
The point is, trauma isn't. We're not going through the same thing as. I don't know. It's different for all of us, I think.
Yeah. No, yeah, I hear you. That's logical. I wish I could think like you.
Well, thanks. Wait, how do I think?
Mathematical, analytical. You what did we say that one time? You look at the risks being taken
And I determine whether or not they're worth it. Yeah, I remember.
Well, what do you think? Was it all worth it?
I'd need to see the numbers.
The damn numbers.
2,000 miles.
10 years.
5 strings. 5 strings, like cello.
Sorry, this isn't really what I.
Sorry, you're right. These don't really add up. Oh God, I just meant that.
No, I know what you mean.
Okay. It was, by the way.
What?
You asked me if it was worth it, and
Thank you. And if we had to do it all over again?
I wouldn't change a thing. Well,
yeah, no, we would change a couple of things.
We would change several things.
Yeah, no, that's kind of the point, isn't it? I just think it was the distance more than either of us individually. Okay, so bear with me.
Okay.
So in music, there are 3 different types of intervals between 2 notes. There's the perfect intervals, which are the 4th and the 5th. They're the perfect amount of distance from each other, equilibrium, I guess.
Okay.
And then the second type of interval is like the 3rd and the 6th. Those are consonant intervals. They're consonants. I don't know. They're pleasing to the ear, but not as perfect.
Okay.
And then there's the 3rd type, which is the 2nd and the 7th, and they don't sound very nice because the 2nd is too close and the 7th is too far apart, and those intervals are. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. I should go warm up.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, before you.
Yes.
You remember that time you left the microphone on?
At the other meeting? Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to hear you play again. Just one more time before you.
You want me to leave the microphone on again?
Yeah. Can you do that?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I just think
It's okay.
that. Okay.
Hello, everyone! I know you may be thinking to yourself, oh no, it's almost the end of serials. What am I going to do with my Monday nights? Well, we have good news for you. In just 3 weeks, on Monday, I wrote it down. Monday, April 19th, we'll be doing our Fringe announcement party at the same time as serials, so check that out. We have lots of exciting things to tell you about what Fringe will look like this year, including outdoor performances, perhaps? You'll know more in 3 weeks. But for now, it's time for the final episode of the evening. That's right, it's the end of Dawn We Now, written and directed by Emily Borst. Enjoy.
Meet Dawn. Ever since she decided to pull off a scheme to get her best friend, Holly, and Holly's high school boyfriend, Chris, back together on Christmas Eve, things have been complicated. With the help of Noelle, Dawn's business partner, and Mary, Chris's 7-year-old daughter, the scheme was well underway. Until it wasn't. Dawn has been maybe less than stellar of a person as of late. She might have yelled at Noelle and told her to leave. Noelle then might have revealed that she had feelings for Dawn, and in that moment Dawn realized she had feelings too, but it was too late. Their love will never be. Dawn messed up, and some things just can't be fixed. Sometimes things just happened, and that's
No, you're wrong. That's not what happens. Yes, they fought, and maybe Dawn was a little mean, and maybe I narked and brought the whole thing down, but then I got the brilliant idea to get Noelle and Dawn back together on Christmas Eve. Okay, so Miss Holly is gonna go get Noelle. Dawn is gonna dress all fancy, and then I'm going to orchestrate a musical number to end our perfect Christmas romance! It's going to be great, it's going to be happy, it's going to be Christmas! This is Dawn We Now with the No Theater Serials! Let's go!
Holly?
Hi, can we talk?
Yeah, sure. How did you find me? Does Dawn have me tracked on her phone?
Uh-huh.
I told her not to do that.
If it makes you feel any better, she does it to everyone. It probably doesn't. We're having a chat about boundaries soon. Anyway,
Did you want to come in?
I won't be long. Mary kind of told Chris and I everything that's going on. Everything.
Oh.
And yeah, I know you and Dawn had kind of a falling out.
We didn't have a falling out. We didn't have anything.
See, and that's where I think you're wrong. Listen, for as much as Dawn loves romance movies, she's not going to know if someone has feelings for her, even if they like wrote her a letter telling her so. And that happened once. Anyway, I've seen for a long time how you feel about her, and I've seen for a long time how she feels about you.
Oh.
And I thought letting her come around to that on her own would be good, but now I see that that was bad, and she realized at the worst possible moment. And even worse, I think she realized that she felt the same in that exact same moment too. All around bad timing. Again, I love her to death, but she's really not good at this whole like real life romance thing. Like this whole like set me and Chris up thing. Like what even was that? Like I think she places her own like personal dreams onto other people because it's like too scary to place them like on herself. I'm rambling now. I don't remember the point I was getting to. But wait, yes I do. Come back to my house with me. Not like that. Wow, I'm mad at this too. Listen.
Look, Holly, I get what you're trying to do, and it is a really sweet gesture. But quite frankly, I have had enough sweet gestures for the rest of my life.
Okay, but do you think you could handle just like one more? Chris and I are not the fated couple of a Lifemark movie. We've been on 2 dates, one of which 3 other people were there. But you and Dawn, that could really be something.
I don't know.
That's okay, because I know Dawn, and she's insane. She's stubborn and immature and clueless, but she's also imaginative and determined and the most loyal friend anyone could ever ask for. And I know she cares about you. She always has. It just took a little Christmas magic for her to see it.
What are you saying?
I'm asking that you come with me. Just be a part of one more grand romantic Christmas gesture. And if you come with me, I'll show you how to remove the tracker on your phone.
Done.
Really?
Really?
Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, I wasn't sure if you'd actually agree. Yes! Amazing. Okay, let's go. Okay. Is that what you're wearing?
No.
No. What other outfits did you bring? I mean, if this is really going to be a LifeMark movie, we have time for a costume change. How do you feel about a red lip?
Oh, Joseph, I can't believe that you're really the crown prince of Eldovia. I thought you were nothing but a small-town bookshop owner. How was I to know that you swapped places with your twin brother, and then your evil triplet came and tried to take over the kingdom?
What is this movie even about?
It's the Prince Swap, Dad. It's about princes.
But it was our love that saved the day and the biannual Christmas parade. Oh, Joseph, oh, my king, would you do me the honor of making me your Christmas queen?
That's not how the monarchy works.
It's romantic, Dad. Speaking of which, places, people! Dawn! Noelle is here! Noelle is here!
Mary, I'm right here.
Are you?
Yeah, you can stop screaming.
I'm just so excited!
Mary, why don't you come into the kitchen and we can have some cupcakes? Although maybe you shouldn't have any more sugar.
Why would you say that to me, Dad? How dare you suggest cupcakes and then take them away? Dawn! She's here! She's here! It's happening! Oh my God! It's happening! Oh my God!
I'm still right here, Mary.
Sorry. What's gonna happen now?
Mary, let's go to the kitchen. We'll make a cookie plate for Santa. Let's go.
Really nice in here.
Thanks. Mary and Chris did most of it.
They did a really good job.
Yeah.
I like your sweater.
Thanks. It's technically Holly's, but it's a good sweater.
Oh, I'm so happy we finally spoke our true feelings for one another. What wasted time, what needless confusion.
Working!
Who knew that I would marry a prince? Who knew that all of this could happen? Anyone can fall in love at Christmas time.
Noelle, I'm so sorry for how I've treated you these past few days, and especially earlier today. I shouldn't have blown up at you like that, and it was awful, and I'm sorry.
It's fine.
No, it's not fine. I've been selfish and unkind and really, really terrible, and I've been dumb and pushy and rude and insensitive and bossy.
Dawn, you don't really.
And worst of all, I hurt you. And not just one time, probably a lot now that I'm thinking of it. I think I know what people want and what they need, but I don't actually listen when they are telling me what they want and need. Take Holly, for example. She didn't want some grand romance. She just wanted to go on a date with a nice guy. And Candace, she could be a better person. I don't know. And I'll never know if I don't listen, and I should have listened to you.
Dawn, you really.
Would you be quiet? I'm really trying to be vulnerable here. I'm sorry. I should apologize for that too. Listening. Yes, listening. I should do that. So yes.
Dawn, I appreciate it. I really do. And I forgive you. I mean, I'm not totally faultless here either. It's not really fair of me to be upset that you didn't know how I feel when I never told you.
But you did tell me. You told me so many times. And I just wasn't listening. I took advantage of that. I took it for granted. And I shouldn't have done that. I should have paid better attention to what you were trying to tell me. And I think it scared me, but I am trying not to be so scared anymore. And I appreciate your apology, but you really have nothing to be sorry for. You've been so patient and so supportive and so kind. You have been always. You're so important to me.
Look, Dawn, we're okay. We're good. I'm not angry.
You're not?
No, I'm not. It felt good, actually, to get those feelings off my chest. And now we can just move past them. I know I'm not great at talking about how I feel, and you just jump right into things, and I need to be more like that. I mean, you say you're scared of these things, but they freaking terrify me. So it was good, I think, to see life how you do for a while. And it was fun watching your scheme play out. It was fun seeing love how you see love. You know, mistletoe and grand plans and wrapping it all up with the perfect bow on Christmas Eve. But it's not all tinsel and candy canes, Dawn, and that's okay. And you and I will be okay. I just got wrapped up in everything, that's all. I know you don't feel the same way that I do, and I think really I just need to move on, and I'll be...
I'm sorry, your speech was lovely, but it was kind of depressing me.
What's happening?
I just kissed you.
Yeah, I got that much. Thank you. Why did you kiss me?
Because I wanted you to stop talking.
Okay.
And because, well, you're better at talking about your feelings than I am. And I'm more of a man of action, grand plans, mistletoe, musical numbers, that sort of thing.
I'm confused.
I also have feelings for you, dummy. I probably shouldn't call you a dummy. It kind of ruins the moment.
Wait, what? No, you don't have feelings for me.
Oh, so now you have the authority on that too?
No. Yes. Wait, what?
Yeah, timing's bad, but I am definitely super into you, like a lot. Yeah, it's bad.
I am... What?
I have a big old crush on you. And I've kind of known it for a while, I think. And we know it's cliche, but we know I love cliches.
You have feelings for me.
Big time. And yeah, it's totally cool. If you're still mad at me, I would still be mad at me. Fake dating. Ugh, bad idea. Bad friend. Bad business partner. Bad business friend. Not mad at me?
A little mad, but I think I'll get over it.
Merry Christmas! Do you want to live happily ever after? That was a lot. Do you want to be my girlfriend? Still too much. What if maybe we could go on a date sometime?
Yes, I would like that. I'd like that very much.
Which one?
Did it work? Are you in love?
Mary.
Yes, it worked.
Woo! Woo! And are you two in love? Are you?
I was going to see if Holly might like to get drinks with me again on New Year's.
I would like that.
And I'll be there too.
No, you won't.
Right. I'll be
Holly, I am sorry I hijacked your Christmas romance.
It's not hijacking if I wasn't part of the plan in the first place. But it was very nice, and I love you very much, friend.
I love you too.
I love you, Dad.
I love you, sweetheart.
And everything worked out. I love a happy ending. Now everyone gets married!
No.
What? Do we at least get a musical number? Hello, I brought my tambourine.
Where did you get a tambourine? Well, this is a Christmas dance, isn't it? Holly, may I have this dance?
Of course.
May I have this dance, Noelle?
Oh no, I don't dance.
Oh.
But I can make an exception.
Merry Christmas, Noelle.
Merry Christmas, Dawn.
Merry Christmas, Chris.
Merry Christmas, Holly. Merry Christmas, Mary.
Merry Christmas, everyone. It's musical number time.
What?
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. 'Tis the season to be jolly.
La 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 la.
Dawn, we now are gay apparel.
Fa la 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 la.
Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. Fa la 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 la.
Yes.
Do love a happy ending.
Me too.
Should we watch a Lifemark Christmas movie?
Sure.
Yeah, what's on?
Ooh, a new one. It's gay. They never make these. Ooh, I hope it's fun.
Oh, Kristen, I know you're coming home with me for Christmas, but there's something I need to tell you while you're trapped in this car with me with no possibility of leaving. My family doesn't know about you, so I'm gonna need you to pretend to be a sickly 12-year-old orphan named Edward that I adopted for the next few days. I also need you to live in a cupboard under the stairs, eat nothing, and not make eye contact with the one person who might be a lifeline for you in this, my ex-girlfriend April. Won't that be fun? Yay! Christmas! Isn't this what you wanted?
You guys want to watch something else?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to all of our spectacular serials artists all season long for a great lightning zoom. Now you, the audience, it is your time. Now you vote on which one of these shows should get a Radio No production. Remember, vote in order of awesome, where 1 is the most awesome, 2 is the second most awesome, 3 is the third most awesome. You will receive a voting link in an email immediately after your show, but if you don't want to wait for that, Zach is going to drop it in the chat right over wherever it is on your screen. Boom, there it is. Click there and vote. Zach is also going to drop in the chat our social Zoom, so if you want to hang out, reminisce about the great weeks of serials past, you can do that in a link that will be dropped into the chat very shortly. Go ahead and hang out, and hopefully we'll see you back in 3 weeks for the Fringe announcement party, and if not then, we shall return to serials next season. Sometime. We promise. Have a great night, everyone. It's been such a delight to have you all here, and thank you again to all our serials artists for fantastic shows. Good night, everyone.